Good evening, Pio Nation. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Matt Williamson. You're watching Marietta College Esports. So tonight, we continue this week-long marathon of esports matches for our program. It's really exciting, just the fact that we have so many games for you guys to be able to see, so many games for our players to participate in. They're having a blast, and we're just moments away for our Overwatch team to go up against Penn College as part of the NACE Overwatch Fall Cup. Now, we still have to wait until exactly 8 o'clock to get roster information from Penn College so we can invite them to the lobby. Marietta is the home team tonight, so we have the lobby ready. We just don't know who to invite yet. So once we have that information, we will get the game to you. So while we're waiting, let's go over the starting lineup, or at least that's not the right button. Hold on. The roster for the Overwatch team. So tonight, if I remember correctly, and actually I have the roster in front of me, so we will have freshman Tyler Salnitra Azadale as tank. We will have freshman Quentin Shields, questionably, also as tank. For DBS, I believe we'll have junior Morgan White Poseidon. I know he plays support, but we're going to have him on DPS today. And then we will also have freshman Mason Flash Harmful Hades, also as DPS. Yes, he does main tank, but he will be DPS today. And then we have at support freshman Haley Newman Azura and senior Ian Darling Brimstone. So we have the roster. Still waiting to get some info from the other team. Once it hits 8 o'clock, we'll be able to get that information and invite everyone to the game. Also need to make sure Discord is set because we will have Drayton Piper helping with commentating the game today. So it'd be good if I can share my Discord screen so that way he can actually watch it. It'd be kind of hard to commentate if he's not able to see or even hear the game. Speaking of audio, going to make sure the audio is set up. There we go. Still got to push another button so everyone else can hear the audio, but we'll give it just a few minutes while we're waiting. So as far as announcements go, as I've mentioned, we have quite a few games coming up for the next couple of days. So tomorrow, our Rainbow Six team will be going up against the Ohio State University as part of Collegiate R6. It is the last match of the regular season. If the Pioneers take the Buckeyes, then they will land a spot in the playoffs. So you definitely want to check that out. A lot riding on this game. So that is tomorrow at 8:30. So you can check that out on our Twitch channel here. Saturday, we will have our League of Legends team go up against Tiffin University as part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference. So that will be at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And then Sunday, our Overwatch team will be playing against Lords University. So that will be at noon on Sunday. And then on Monday, our Rocket League team will be playing against Lords University. So that'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And then later that night, our Overwatch team will be playing against, I can't remember, Widener University. There we go. They'll be playing against Widener University at 8 o'clock on Monday. And then the following Tuesday is our doubleheader for our Rocket League team. I can't remember who we're playing. I'll have to pull it up on another screen, so hopefully I get that information to you. But yeah, we have a lot coming up in the next several days. Also, as a reminder, we've been talking about this every day for all of our matches, and the college has been working on a campaign to help support our athletics program. So we are doing what's called a virtual stadium sellout. So you can go to this link here, bit.ly/virtual sellout, make a gift at any amount you would like. And for every $5, it will go towards a virtual ticket to sell out Don Drum Stadium. The goal is to raise $25,000 by Saturday at noon. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it is too late for this campaign, but you can still donate to support athletics or even esports. But while I'm waiting here, I think... yes, the game is set up now. Hold on one second. Yeah, so just getting, so the game thing has been set up. Okay. Yeah, so now I just got to get the BattleNet here. And let me send some information to the team. Actually, I think I do. Can I invite? I can invite. Okay, I have a little trouble in sending the invite. Here. Okay, let's try this again. Hold on, I'm having some difficulties sending the invite. Let me try this again. Pretty sure that's the correct. I'm having some trouble inviting this person. But anyway, while we're getting things straightened out, as you can see on here, you can make any amount. You can also designate a team to receive half of your gift. So that does include esports. So you can actually put esports down, and whatever amount you donate, half of it will go towards esports, and the other half will go towards the athletics program. And there is a competition where whoever raises the most funds will receive a $1,000 gift for their program. Now, as of right now, I'm going to refresh here. Marietta College has raised $21,850 towards the $25,000 goal. So we are so close to meeting that goal for the entire athletics program. Esports has raised a couple $100, which is great. We appreciate all your support. So if you want to be a part of this campaign, this would be the time to do that. I'm going to try to send an invite again. See here. Oh, okay, there. I think the invite went out. There we go. All right. We got the lobby here set up. Everyone's being invited. Okay, now I should probably unmute myself so Drayton can join us. All right. Drayton, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. And you should be able to see everything okay?
Yep, I'm also spectating myself.
Yep.
So.
Okay, I see you there. Okay, cool. All right, so I think we're just getting everything set up in the lobby here.
I now have a new headset, so hopefully everything should be coming in clear.
Yeah, you sound great. So, yeah, I could definitely hear a difference. Yeah, you come out loud and clear. I think everyone's going to be able to hear you just fine.
All right.
Okay, looks like Marietta is ready. Now we're just waiting for Penn College to be ready. Okay, they're just getting a couple of things here set up. I think they're trying to get everyone here and good to go. Okay, I guess one person's resetting. It's all good. Okay, so the first map will be Legion Tower. We'll just go ahead and move over to the lobby here. So, like Marietta's going to be on the blue side, so we'll use that overlay. There we go. So as soon as the last person for Penn College is in here, we will get things underway.
It looks like they are back in the lobby, just waiting on them to ready up.
Ready checks are coming out. And here we go.
And we are
go ahead.
we are entering the match. Lijiang Tower is going to be the pick. Let's see what each team runs out with.
Initiating match.
So what kind of comp would you expect for this round?
Well, it depends on which specific map they're starting on. If it's depending on so it looks like it's control center. I like the junk that I'm seeing. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Junk may be a Symmetra, but it looks like we're going with the Sombra instead. So looking like a rushdown comp with Ryan Zarya, Lucio Moira, Sombra, Junkrat. So looking for Marietta to come out of the gates really fast and really just going at it.
Yeah, and we're seeing we have almost a near mirror match with Penn College. The only difference is with the Reaper versus Marietta Sombra.
Yeah, and Sombra's a pocket pick that Poseidon has. He's been practicing a lot, although it looks like the early Junkrat advantage is going to be going to Penn College. Marietta gonna have to back up a bit, reassess what to do. If they're able to get a pick in return, however, that could be a way to sway this fight over. Looking like Brimstone is gonna fall, followed by Poseidon and Azura. And that's going to be a first point cap for the side of Penn College. Marietta trying to re-engage here. Early coalescences will come out here. Yeah, coalescence does take down questionably following Harmful Hades. Another gonna have to be another quick reset for Marietta.
Always leave yourself a backdoor.
Check this out.
Marietta coming back in almost with the Shatter online. They have a lot of ultimates online. They have switched up to a full mirror match. Sombra wasn't doing much. That is going to be the tire out from Penn College. It is taken out immediately, however. This could give Marietta the momentum. Grab followed up by the Moira ult. Going to be doing a lot of damage here. Shatter is going to be ready for probably both sides. Looks like even though Marietta did invest those big ultimates, it's looking like an even fight. Shatter comes down and followed by the beat. Marietta is swinging away, looking like a cap and a flip for Marietta. Very good start to this second, very good start to that attack there.
Yeah, Marietta's going to have to hold, and we see that 4 ults are ready to go for the Wildcats.
This tire from Hades is going to have to be really big if they want to be able to hold off to build up their other ultimates. The Death Blossom is also coming up. That could be big. Azadale, aka Tyler, as always, building up a whole lot of his Graviton Surge early. Grav does come out from Penn, and both DPS are immediately taken out. That's probably going to be a point flip, because that's where the ultimates are, unless Brimstone or Azadale can get off a big ultimate of their own, but it looks like Marietta might be just trying to stall for a second here, see if they can build up as much ult progress or capture progress as possible. Marietta coming back with 4 ultimates of their own now, so the ult economy has flipped significantly in Marietta's favor. Marietta, if they can get off this big Death Blossom, you can see Poseidon is looking for it. The 3 ults have come out so far. That's going to be enough to flip the point for Marietta. However, it cost them all of the ultimates that they had saved up. They only have the beat right now, which can be good in negating opposing ultimates. Big number 96 right there for Penn College. If Marietta is unable to touch after Penn College touches it, I believe there's going to be no overtime, because to trigger overtime, you have to touch within after 97%. So could be a bit bit of an issue for Marietta, although they are coming up on their own high percentages. The tire is coming out early. Marietta scouting for it. It does take down the Junkrat. Poseidon looking pretty low right now. Is going to be able to get out and get some help. The questionably does fall, however. Beat's going to have to be used here. Comes out, gets 4. Marietta needs to get something off the back of this Beat. Their only ultimates coming up are currently dead, so Marietta is going to be unable to touch here. Overtime is queued, however. Hades is able to touch, gets immediately killed. The Reinhardt coming out onto point, dies, and that's probably going to be first round going the way of Penn College.
Огонь по готовности.
Yeah, Penn College just won more team fights. They're able to build up their alt economy, and even when the fights where Marietta won, it seemed like they always had like 3, maybe even 4 ults ready to go for the next fight, so they can just retake the points.
Yep. And coming onto the Night Garden segment of this map, we could see some composition changes. Pharmacy is a very viable comp on this map. However, it looks like Marietta is probably going to be sticking with what they're going with. I think that after Marietta switched off of the Sombra, as I say that Marietta switches back to the Sombra, I think they had a much better attack coming in once they switched to the full mirror, as the Reaper is just able to output so much more damage, and if the hacks aren't getting at much value, it's much more valuable to have the Reaper instead of the Sombra. Looks like Penn College did TP into the window, so they have early point control. Marietta gonna have to respond to that. Very early pick comes out onto the Tracer, is traded out for the for Zarya. Marietta still pushing in here though. Can't let that Symmetra get too charged up, or else she's gonna do a lot of damage. Looking like questionably building up that Shatter. If he can get a Shatter, that could be a big ultimate for them to use. They take out a healer, however a tank and a DPS is fallen, and followed up by the Frog, and then Poseidon does fall. Marietta built up a lot of ultimates in that fight, looking like a very good ult economy coming up. Switching over to the Ana off of Lucio is an interesting choice here. So it's a completely different matchup this time going into it. Marietta coming up on 4 of their ultimates, gonna look for a big shadow to engage on this fight.
The other problem is they haven't taken out the teleporter yet, the Symmetric down in the early game. So even if Marietta takes out someone, they respawn, they can get right back in the fight very quickly.
Questionably looking to get a pick. Poseidon taken out immediately. That's not that good for Marietta. Questionably looking to get a Shatter off, but hasn't found an opportunity to. That big wall coming up from Symmetra might be able to deter that. However, taking out Cold Flame is going to be big. The tire comes out. That's going to be 2 picks for Hades. He is taken out though. But it looks like Marietta has the advantage here if they can keep questionably alive. The Shatter does finally come down, puts Symmetra on her back, but there's not able to be much follow-up. The Diva does come out of mech, however. That is going to be big. Marietta sending in the grab. They do have an EMP to counter this beat, but it doesn't look like they're going to be doing that. A lot of ultimates used there for Marietta, but none of them got much value. It took so long for the Shatter to be able to get out that by the time it did come out, it was too little too late. Only hit 1 as the Diva remeching gave her invincibility frames, so she could not be knocked down. Marietta gonna have to touch, looking like Azadale switching over to the Monkey for exactly that. The nanoed Monkey into the EMP coming out. Marietta trying to make something out of this. Questionably falls immediately, however, and that's not what you want to see to start off this fight. This is looking like it's going to be a 2-0 map win on Lijiang for Penn College. As Marietta slowly tries to get back on the point, more people are falling. Not a great first map for Marietta.
Yeah. That teleporter never went down, so they were just... Penn College was able to stay in the fight the whole time. If they go down, they just come right back and respawn, and Marietta just did not get a chance to retake the point. I'm actually surprised they didn't pay attention to that point. Maybe it's because Penn College did a good job protecting that teleporter, but it's just, I'm a little surprised by that.
Marietta never really had a chance to take out the teleporter, because every time they would get picks up in a fight, they would be quickly traded out, so there wasn't really an advantageous time for them to be able to do that. As you can see, Azadale with 26% of the hero damage done. That's the risk that you run with running a Sombra, because there's so little damage output from the Sombra. It's harder for Sombra to get the value that she needs out of her little SMG compared to what a Junkrat or other characters can put out. Looking into the next map, it's going to depend on what Marietta chooses to go with. Looks like we've had a disconnect of some kind. However, looking like they're able to get back into the game. Probably a minor mess up there on Marietta's side. What is the next map type that they are going to be playing on?
I honestly don't remember. I wish I did remember. Let's see if I can figure it out. Here. I think I copied and pasted somewhere.
Some flirting going on, it looks like, in the chat between Marietta and Penn College.
It's okay, that's GLEC, so where's NACE? Okay, and that's the schedule. You know, I'm just gonna pull up the rules here. Find it. Rules. It should say what the map types are. Formats. Where is it?
Looks like Marietta is going to go to Havana, so Escort is the map type. I think next is going to be Hybrid based off of that, or Assault.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. For the third map, losing team will choose a pool of hybrid maps. So yeah, it's Control, Escort, Hybrid. If there's a fourth map, we go to Assault. If there's a fifth map, we'll go back to Control, but we don't use the same Control from game one.
Yep, Marietta going to be on the attack here on Havana. Going to be interesting to see what Marietta pulls out. This is a very good sniper map for Marietta, and we've seen that Poseidon has pulled out the Widowmaker before. If they're going to pull out that Widowmaker, it's going to be on this map. Aside from that, probably more of the same from the rest of the team. Hades, I'm not entirely sure what he will be going. But I can almost guarantee that a Widowmaker or an Ashe is going to come out, or both, from Marietta.
Yeah, we probably expect Poseidon to play one or the other. Hades likes to play things like Junkrat and Reaper, so I wouldn't be surprised if he picks one of those.
Yeah, Reaper is a solid pick in the current state of Overwatch. However, we will have to see what that pick is going to be as we enter Havana. Havana, one of the best maps for Widowmaker, so one of the reasons why I'm expecting the Widow to come out. I believe I'm going to be potentially spectating the wrong team here, so I might...
You're spectating blue, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll just leave the game.
Yeah,
I'll spectate through you.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we don't want anyone to think that we're doing anything we shouldn't be doing.
Yep. Alright, and it looks like Hades is going to be on the Echo potentially here. They are on attack, so that could change. However, Poseidon coming out on the Widowmaker as we expected. Everything else seems about right. Azadale loves picking the Diva, one of his comfort picks. The Rhine Orisa comp, very interesting coming out here. They're sticking with a Sombra. They're going to be running a Hanzo in place of the Widowmaker coming out here. And the only mirror match going on right now is going to be with the supports for both teams. Going to be interesting to see how Marietta is going to get value out of the Echo, as there are currently no Echo counters out on the field from Penn College.
Yeah, very interesting with Penn's DPS composition, just because it's really all about single target DPS.
Sniper.
Yeah, Poseidon immediately getting a pick off onto the Hanzo. Azadale going to be switching over to match the double shield, however, not with the Orisa. Going with a Sigma, another one of his favorite picks. Questionably looking to set up here, create some space for his team with Azadale. Still somewhat confused off the Orisa Reinhardt composition, as I2B3 takes out Poseidon early on. Questionably is falling as well as Azadale. Hades gets hacked as he's trying to leave. He's going to get pinned, and that's going to have to be a reset from Marietta. Marietta, they're going to have to rely heavily on this Widowmaker pick here, as Hades is the only other source of damage. It looks like they might be switching off of the Widowmaker or beside, yep, switching over to the Hanzo to match the Hanzo. That's a very interesting pick from Marietta. This potentially to do more shield break damage as Penn is running multiple shields here. Questionably falling low early. Brimstone is slightly behind in the Coalescence charge. Questionably does have a shatter, but Burrito gets the best of Poseidon in the 1v1. Questionably hacked up, is not going to be able to put up his shield for a short while. Comes out of it, he does have his ultimate. It's going to be hard to get past these two shields, and even harder now that he can't use his ultimate. Questionably is going to fall, big shatter from the other end. Overall, resetting for Marietta, however, they do have 4 ultimates coming into this next fight, so if they are going to take first, it's going to have to come in this next fight. Azadale trying to escape, he is able to build up his gravitic flux during that. It's going to be interesting to see what Hades chooses to copy. Could go for really any of the picks. Any of the picks here would be good. Getting a second beat or a second coalescence would be big. Having another shatter or a bongo is also big. We're just gonna have. He does pick the Reinhardt, the go-to pick, really. The flux is gonna come out. Both shatters are almost online. However, before Hades can get it off, he is taken down by the Orisa. So the Orisa pick coming in handy here. Questionably keeps on getting hacked. He's not able to use his ultimate. Poseidon gets double teamed by the Hanzo and the Moira, and it's gonna have to be another reset from Marietta using 2 of their ultimates. However, they are gonna come up on the other 4. Marietta needs to get something done in this Hanzo duel, as Burrito seems to be getting the best of Poseidon in these matchups. Kind of surprised that Poseidon is going to stick with the Hanzo, as he's a much better Widowmaker in my opinion. However, it's all going to come down to how his team plays around it. If the extra shield break provides value, the Dragon coming out is going to be used to zone out, and that's going to create enough space to take care of the Reinhardt. The EMP does come out. All 6 members of Marietta hacked, but it doesn't seem to be mattering too much, as another member has fallen. Poseidon clicking the head of the Sombra, able to push it in the last couple of meters, and Marietta is going to have 3 minutes to get to B. You can see Poseidon's ult charge is already to 50%. That's one of the advantages of Hanzo, is dragons charge so quickly that you can have them every other fight if you need them. Looking like Marietta is going to come up on another ultimate here. The Gravitic Flux, however, Sigma's going to be hacked. Hades trying to get a position here with the Echo is going to get a good chunk of damage in, enough to allow his Reinhardt to take out Cold Flame and K-Brew. Marietta going to follow that up immediately, questionably with a 3K. Azadale finishing off the Reinhardt, and Marietta is looking good going into the second point.
We're starting to see the confidence build. They took a point, now they're going, okay, we can take these guys, we can win fights. It's maybe a little slow, but you gotta take baby steps.
That all came off of the back of that play, off of those bombs by Hades, bringing the entire enemy team low, and Reinhardt and Sigma are just able to clean up. Again, Poseidon kitting 2, taking down both of the healers. That is a big pickoff. Hades also with his own 2K. That's just the DPS of Marietta doing what they need to do. Coming out here, the only person left is going to be the Sombra, and Marietta is going to be waltzing into point 3 with about 1.5 minutes left in their time bank. It's going to be extended another 1.5 minutes. 3 minutes to get this final point, and they do have quite a few ultimates here, which are matched by the ultimates of Penn College. It's going to be a switch off of the Moira over to the Mercy. An interesting compositional change. Mercy Lucio has low healing output, so if Marietta is able to counter that with high bursts of damage, it's going to be very hard. A complete compositional change here. Over to the Zenyatta, to the Hog Zarya as well. The DPS are the only picks that are going to be staying the same here, as they are close to ult. Burrito able to pick off Azura. That's going to stall Marietta out for a bit, unless they can get a pick off of their own. Cold Flame does look to be low, however, K-Brew is also low. Merida keeps on pushing back. Poseidon is taken out. They've been able to create all of this space though for pretty much free over the last minute. The Hog is going to be duplicated, immediately takes out the person he copied. Whole Hog immediately comes out. That is the power of that heal on the Echo. Echo is able to just build ultimates so quickly, and when you provide a healing source to build up ultimates, it comes up even quicker. However, it looks like it's going to be the only picks coming out for Merida. Azadil able to dodge the EMP, so if he needs to, he can use the Gravitic Flux. He pulls that out, gets up 2, throws them right back down into the Dragons. And Marietta turning around this fight. I thought that after the first couple of picks didn't go their way, Azadil is just fragging out right now, though. Hades able to finish off the Mercy, attempting to res the Sombra. He's able to get the res off, however, it might not be enough. Merida, a minute left, and they are right at the doorstep. Poseidon trying to get an insane headshot. Hades does take out the Sombra, but is taken out in exchange by the Wrecking Ball. They have gone full stall comp here, questionably halfway to a Shatter. If he can get this up in time, it could be big. As Azadil, though, just continues to be the backbone of this Marietta team with multiple picks coming in. The full stall is coming out. 1% away, is unable to get off the Shatter before he falls. Azadil is 98% on that ultimate. He pulls it out, is trying to get everybody off of the cart, manages to do so. The entire Penn College team is going to be weak right here, although it doesn't look like Merida could have much follow-up to it, as the rest of his team has fallen around him. Merida now with 19 seconds left. A whole minute has been stalled off of the clock in a fight that they don't get any progress out of. Merida needs to touch soon, and if questionably falls, it's going to be very questionable if Merida can even touch. Merida might not even be able to touch. 2 Wrecking Balls coming in, however, one of them is bound to touch. Merida 99% to their own, but is taken out by the before they can get the mines off. Looking around, Doomfist ult comes in straight onto the head of Hades, and questionably on his way back does not have the charge to get to point. However, Azadil 42% on his own. Big hammer down comes out. Merida looking to potentially swing this fight. However, a lot of ultimates are coming out from the side of Penn, and Merida, the beat comes out not quickly enough to save Poseidon. However, the minefield does come out from Merida. This is still a very winnable fight for them. It's going to be an overtime, but Merida could still finish this map. Merida trying to finish off these last couple of stallers. It's a full stall comp, questionably almost towards another Shatter. He just used it. Diva Bomb is coming out. Merida's going to have to lose nobody to that. Loses 2. That is not what you want to see. Questionably quickly falls after. The Dragons come out, but it's not going to be enough. Penn College is able to hold on to that fight. And I think, honestly, Marietta needed to pull out quicker. They invested ults. They invested the Sigma ult after the fight was lost, really. And Marietta, just desperately trying to get that last half meter or so, was unable to do so, and thought that they had to invest it all at the end, and that ended up costing them.
Yeah, because they ran out of ults, and Penn College was able to hold on and just keep coming back in there, and they weren't able to pick off Penn College quickly enough to be able to move. I think they were like 0.31 meters away, if I remember correctly.
It was like, I remember seeing 0.58 meters, but it could have been smaller.
It was very close. But that just means for Penn College to take this game, or take this map, they will have to get all the way to the end. Because we can see
Marietta has set themselves up well to get a hold here. However, if Penn College is able to get to the end, there's not going to be an overtime round, and that's the biggest benefit that Penn College has here. If they are able to follow up their amazing defensive hold on first and third with an equally good offense throughout this map, this could very well be a lost map for Merida because they were unable to get that last third of a meter.
Let's just hope it doesn't come back to bite them.
Yeah, Merida setting up in a position. They are going to be running the exact same composition as they did last time. It looks like they're also the Wildcats are also going to be adapting to mirror with the Sigma. However, the Echo and Tracer are still different. So a near mirror match, Cold Flame dies immediately into the fight. Azadale followed up though. Hades looking to get some pickoffs. Brimstone has gotten 2, however, and that should be enough for Marietta to stabilize until Azadale is able to come back. Pushing up a bit hard here. Hades is gonna fall. The rock comes in, knocks questionably on his butt. Burrito getting pickoff after pickoff, questionably is gonna fall. Marietta is gonna have to be in full retreat here. First point was a very good defensive hold for Penn College, so it's not really a surprise that they're able to replicate that kind of efficiency on offense. It's gonna have to come down to Marietta to have a good second and third point defense for them to be able to win this, as Penn College is already halfway to first. However, because they only have one person on the cart, it's moving very slowly, allowing Marietta a chance to come in here and recontest. Marietta is building up on ultimates as well, so a recontest could be very successful here. Penn College finally putting people onto the cart. Hades coming in on the Reaper, switching off of the Echo. Questionably falls immediately. Azadale, though, looking for some pickoffs with his Gravitic Flux, is able to find nobody. However, Brimstone has pulled out his ultimate as well. Azura has her ultimate if she's, the beat comes out. The Dragons, though, right where the Gravitic Flux throws the Pioneers. Questionably, if he is able to get back here with this Shatter, it could be big. However, the Shatter comes out from the other team. Poseidon takes out Burrito. That could be a big pick. Poseidon takes out the Reinhardt as well. Azura and Hades wrapping up 2 more kills. Marietta able to pull this one back, largely because of the Slam and the Dragons coming out from Poseidon unquestionably, allowing them to get more time to regroup. Hades almost has that Death Blossom coming online. That could be very big if Marietta is able to position Hades in a, so that he is not seen. Poseidon falling low is going to get healed up from Brimstone, looking to see if he can get an early pickoff here. The Reinhardt's, the shield's coming in on the left from Azadale, is able to take out Burrito at the very beginning of the fight. He takes down 2. Azadale is single-handedly winning this fight for Marietta with that 2K, forcing Penn College to fall back. Marietta not letting up on the gas, though, able to get the Reinhardt as well, pushing them all the way back into their spawns. Cold Flame dies at the last second, too, further staggering Penn. Marietta looking very good on this first point defense. With only a minute left for Penn to push through, they only have 2 ultimates right now. Almost a third with the Gravitic Flux. However, Marietta is in a very similar position with their ult economy. Arguably in a better position as they are coming up on 5 ultimates. Azadale throws out the rock, is hit with 1 in return. He is going to be taken out first. The big Death Blossom comes out, but Penn College has the barriers to stop it. Cold Flame does fall down. A big slam comes out here. Marietta is able to follow up on that slam and take out the rest of Penn College. Azadale still has his ultimate remaining, and if Marietta wants to, they can do the same combo that Penn College attempted to with the Gravitic Flux and the Dragons where they land. However, the ult economy is looking slightly better for Penn College, as they do have a beat and a pulse bomb, whereas Marietta is coming up on their. They are going to pull off that same strategy. Marietta, if they are able to capitalize off of this, however, it looks like Penn College is going to be getting a lot more value out of their ultimates. Marietta forced to retreat. However, they do get Penn College to overtime before they can cap first point, which does set them up very well. Penn will have 2.5 minutes to capture second point, and putting them with a maximum of 4 minutes to capture the last 2 points is going to be very good for Marietta, as Penn College is going to switch off of the Tracer onto the Sombra. A compositional switch that is somewhat surprising, as the Tracer seemed to get quite a bit of value in that first point. Yeah. Marietta sticking with what they have. Poseidon immediately takes down the Sombra, giving Marietta the 1-man advantage here. Let's see if they are able to capitalize.
Yeah, it looks like Marietta made the same mistake they did at the end of round 1. They popped all their ults right before timer hit 0, and they didn't have anything left to contest Penn College because they were able to survive those. Also, it was a little lack of a coordination between Poseidon and Azadale, where the Flux raised everyone in the air, and they basically were over the Dragons, so they didn't really take a whole lot of damage from the Dragon ult.
Yeah, looking like, however, Marietta is still in a good position with only 3 minutes possible on the time bank remaining. If Marietta is able to come in here, stall out some time with this beat, and is able to get some value out of this slam and Coalescence, Poseidon immediately gets a pick off again onto the Sombra. The Sombra has been the first to fall in both of these fights, and she is the most mobile character in the game, able to teleport across the entire map if she wants to. Marietta quickly following up on that first pickoff. Without the Sombra, it seems like the rest of Penn College is going to fall, and with a minute left, Marietta didn't have to use any ultimates there to get that fight win. Poseidon, all but one of their ultimates are coming online.
Yeah, it's going to be huge for them because this might be the final fight here before the clock hits 0. Now, I hope Marietta does not try to pop everything with this and go for the win. Let's see if they at least try to conserve a couple of ults in case there's another fight after this.
Yep, Marietta well aware of where Penn College is. The Gravitic Flux does come out as an low. He somehow whiffs it. I'm not sure how exactly how Penn College was able to avoid that. However, members falling on both sides. Looks like Marietta is going to end up falling. However, they did only use the one ultimate. So, questionably, as he's dying, presses Q. Going to be missing out on that slam. But Marietta does have a chance to recontest here. They do have a beat. They do have the Dragons. They do have the Reaper ult. But it looks like they're just going to wait out for the next point. Azura does get good spawns. So if they wanted to, they could fight this very close. Minute and a half remaining for Penn College, and this is what the value of that first point, this is where the value of the first point stall is able to come out, because Penn College has almost no time to waste. If they lose even a single team fight, they're going to have to finish this map in overtime, and that is not, that's not what they want to do. Looking like Marietta able to take out the Sombra yet again, surprisingly, because usually the Sombra is able to get away. Hades trying to do something sneaky is taken out. However, the Dragons for Poseidon are able to let Marietta push up, potentially making the Reaper just a distraction. However, Burrito is able to take out Azura. Poseidon picks off another character, but it's not going to be enough. Marietta really just trying to stall clock here. With 44 seconds left, is going to take the cart at least that long just to get to the final arcway. And by that time, Marietta will be regrouped and ready to put up a better fight.
We do see that 4 ults are ready to go for Penn College, and the K-Bruce ult is getting close. I don't know if they'll necessarily be up in time because there's only 20 seconds left in the round. Marietta needs to win this next team fight if they want to take the game.
Yeah, Burrito immediately takes off harmful Hades as he used his ultimate. Looks like Penn College is investing a lot here. They used all but their Dragons. Azadel does get booped off at the very end. Poseidon does get a pick off. He throws out his own Dragons to try and create space on the cart. Is able to take out one. Marietta coming into this with a potential advantage. Marietta coming in with their ultimates. The Gravitic Flux and the Dragons coming out. However, Marietta is able to survive both of them, it looks like. However, Hades does fall immediately afterwards, questionably very low. Marietta is coming up on some more ults of their own if they can keep questionably alive. Questionably does fall. Azadel does take out one. Does get the Gravitic Flux off. Poseidon takes down another, and Poseidon is just coming in the clutch here. 2 headshots. Marietta is going to be able to, if they can take down this Sombra, which they do. Marietta narrowly wins this map. Penn College was not in a very good position at the end there. They used all but 2 of their ults that were coming online, and there were 2 fights left.
Play of the game.
Questionably getting the play of the game with the brand new All-Star skin. Big shatter here. No shields up, nobody expecting that. Puts 5 of Penn College's members on the ground. Questionably able to wrap up some more kills after that. Looking like Marietta, again, Azadel doing 22,000 damage. That is a big step up from him compared to last game, but he's still carrying the weight of this Marietta team. Looking like some good adjustments there at the end there by Marietta, able to quickly adapt around the fact that there were 2 fights remaining, and Penn College acted like there was only 1 fight, using most, if not all, of their ultimates there.
Yeah, it was well played by the Pioneers. I mean, it was definitely, I was saying earlier, it's one of those where you have to just win little fights here and there, but it added up. And we even saw, despite the fact that how many fights Marietta won, Penn College got very close to actually getting to the end there, because they threw everything in that last team fight, but Marietta was able to hold on just long enough to be able to take the game.
Looking like Marietta is asking for a 3-minute break here. So 3 minutes before we start map 3 of this series, which is going to be Kings Row, one of the best, one of the most popular maps in Overwatch, one of the most well-known maps. Looking like the hybrid type is going to be coming up. Marietta securing the win on escort. Looking good for this hybrid, however. With hybrid being half escort, it's going to be advantageous for Marietta coming in with that escort victory.
Yep. But we also keep in mind that we should be prepared for some interesting strategies from Penn College. We saw some interesting plays already by them. They could very well try to do the Symmetra play at the beginning of Kings Row if they're on offense first, or even if they're on offense second, technically.
It's looking like they are, unless Marietta wants to run defense first, it looks like they will be on it looks like the Penn College is going to be on defense first. Coming into this, Kings Row is one of the maps with one of the biggest plays in Overwatch League history in terms of outbraining each other. The Great Bamboozle, as it was called in the Overwatch League, happened on Kings Row. Okay. For those who do not know, the Los Angeles Gladiators, while playing in the GOATS meta, put Surefour on the Brigitte, and she is a character that belongs with her team on the front lines. They wrapped entirely around to the other side of the point than where they should be attacking from, letting Surefour, who is still sitting in spawn, grapple up to the high ground and just start clicking heads and securing the first point win. Marietta might be looking to do something similar to that. However, it's likely that they'll just be pulling out a standard Ryan Zarya strategy here, as it is a very good map for Reinhardt, and Zarya works very well alongside of Reinhardt. So
yeah, I wouldn't expect anything.
Looking like,
all right. Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything out of the ordinary from Marietta. Especially, we're not going to see any bamboozles with using a Brigitte, and we're ready. Oh, I did not think that was 3 minutes, but okay, let me get this in the way. Was Marietta red or blue?
Marietta is
red. Okay, want to make sure I get the right overlay up. There we are.
Yeah, Marietta is going to be on attack here first. Did not opt to switch over to defense. Probably after that, good attack on Havana. Kings Row, like Havana, is a very good Widowmaker map. Not as good as Havana, but we could still see the Widowmaker being pulled out here from Poseidon. The Echo is also a viable choice here. The Reaper as well, especially on first point, fighting around that statue in very close quarters. The Reaper is going to be coming out, and the Widowmaker as well. Azadel on the Diva instead of the Zarya pick, looking like a largely different composition from both sides here, with the Rhine and Lucio being the only similarities. However, they are very similarly structured compositions. They have the same goal. However, Marietta is going with a different approach here, with the Moira as compared to the Ana, which is a very big difference. Marietta is going to be looking to rush things down while Poseidon is in the back trying to click heads. The gates are about to open. Marietta going to be coming out of the gates with this composition, no changes. The Sonic Arrow is going to spot out the Widowmaker on the high ground, immediately switches over to the Hanzo when he realizes he is seen. Marietta immediately on the point, however, putting a lot of pressure onto the Wildcats. Merida questionably is hacked, so it's going to be no shield. However, Azadel gets a quick pick off onto Burrito, and without a Mercy to res, it's going to be a two-man advantage right now, up to 3 as the Reinhardt falls. Azadel spy checking to see if he can find the Sombra who's been getting away. Merida is going to be capturing first point with 5 minutes 47 in the time bank. That is an incredibly quick first point from Merida. It's off the back of Azadel and Poseidon's first pickoffs. Merida still spy checking, however, Azadel does not know that the Sombra is nowhere near him. Turning his attention now to the front line as Marietta prepares to engage with Penn College. Brimstone does have his ultimate up, and Poseidon with a big pickoff yet again, able to take out the Hanzo, essentially giving him free reign. Questionably does fall as he was hacked. A lot of assists coming into that with the hack, a boop, and as well as an anti-nade. Marietta positioning themselves to stall out for a second, wait for their Reinhardt to rejoin them. The Dragons are going to come out to push Penn College back. Marietta's going to push off of that advantage as they believe they have a big advantage here. Azadale almost eats that Graviton Surge. Penn College investing 3 of their ultimates there. The EMP and the Dragons. I do not believe the EMP was necessary there, though, as the Dragons should have been enough to wrap up the rest of the kills. But Marietta is going to be coming into this with a very good ultimate economy, with 3 ultimates online compared to the 2, almost 3 of Penn College. It's going to be interesting to see where this Nanoboost goes. They could put it onto the Zarya to try and charge up another Graviton Surge quicker. Beginning with the bomb, takes down 2 somehow. They got caught out behind the shield. The shatters coming in from both sides. Marietta up 2 in this fight. Gonna need to continue to pick off some characters as both of them have respawned. Marietta still pushing up on the aggression, using another ultimate. Hades still has his in reserve if needed. However, Brimstone going to be able to find 2 with the Coalescence, and that should be enough for Marietta to get in a very good position to capture second. If Penn College is going to want to recontest on this point, it's going to take a lot for them to get over to the point in time, as Marietta has a good position set up. The beat is the only ultimate that they are going to have online, which would be enough to counter. It doesn't look like they're going to recontest at all, actually. As I say that, they do start to push in. The beat comes out. Marietta forced to retreat a bit. Wait out. The beat questionably is going to fall again. Azadale hacked up, and Abstract View takes out Hades. Marietta going to have to reset off of this one. And in a very bad position, as this is the farthest walk that they're going to have to take to get to this point, allowing the cart to roll back so much. Poseidon able to stay alive through this, trying to potentially back cap, although he is spotted out by the Zarya and is going to get staggered instead. Marietta coming into this with 4, potentially all 6 ultimates at the end of the fight. Interesting to see what they're going to be looking for here, as they do have the Death Blossom if they can get in a good position to execute that. The Dragons are also going to be interesting to see here. Most of these ultimates are usually comboed with another ultimate to maximize their value. And it doesn't look like Marietta has anything to combo with. Burrito takes out Brimstone at the very beginning of the fight. That might have to just be a disengage, especially with the EMP coming out. They did not need to use 3 ultimates there. 2 ultimates. The grab and the EMP seemed a bit unnecessary, as Marietta was also already likely to be retreating.
Well, I think what they're trying to do there, because I've seen it happen before, they are trying to hack the Ryan so he can't put his shield up, so when the Graviton comes out, that there's not much Marietta can do. They're just sitting ducks at that point.
Yeah. However, with the loss of their biggest healer in Brimstone, Lucio's not going to be able to heal through much, so Marietta was likely going to be retreating from that fight anyways. Interesting to see them bringing out multiple ultimates there. This puts Marietta in a good position. Dragons are going to come out. Azadale hacked. He's going to get taken out of his mech whilst hacked. A lot of ults coming out here right now. Marietta seems to be up. They are up 2. Seeing if they can get any more pickoffs before the fight is over. Marietta looking to be returning to cart now with just the Hanzo on point. Azadale is able to take him out in the Baby Diva form, gets the mech back. Marietta has 2 ultimates to fight this next fight with a minute left on the time clock. Marietta wants to capture this before Penn College can put in another defensive attempt on 3rd.
And it looks like they will secure
it. And with questionably taking that much space, it's not going to happen. 2.5 minutes left. Marietta going to have a good attack here to finish the round. However, that is very doable. Azadale knows that they have a grab. He's going to be trying to eat that one. He's putting himself in a position. The grab, a lot of ultimates actually coming out from the side of Penn College, none of which are the grabs, so not really taking advantage of the fact that the D.Va could not eat the grab. However, Marietta is going to be setting themselves up well for this next fight. The EMP and the Shatter came out from Penn College. They do have 4 more ults. Marietta sitting on nearly 4 of their own. Good ult economies for both teams. It's just going to depend on how well they're used. Marietta going to probably try and open with a D.Va bomb unless they're expecting an early grab from Penn College, in which case Azadale is going to want to keep his mech as long as possible. The Dragons come out to create space for Marietta. The grab comes out a little bit too late for Marietta to follow up on, but it doesn't seem to matter as they are able to pick off 2 immediately. Azadale taking out the Lucio. Brimstone popping his ultimate, taking down the Hanzo. Marietta still coming into this with 3 more ultimates nearly online. Questionably trying to get Shatter off in the spawn. Poseidon is able to take out the Lucio again. That is big. Questionably takes down his opposing Reinhardt. However, the flips are coming in. Azadale with a double kill. That is big, and Marietta is just going to waltz it in with 48 seconds remaining. Marietta setting themselves up with a good time bank here. No matter how good a time bank that Penn College sets, Marietta will have a guaranteed second attempt if Penn College is able to get the second point, or is able to fully capture.
It's just well executed around there by Marietta. There were a couple times I was a little worried about the Sombra because it seemed like they were not really addressing her too much when she was off to the side, but they didn't really see her as much of a threat, and so they were able to take her out quite frequently. But a great use of ults by both Questionably and Azadale at the end. I mean, it was actually a huge ult for Questionably to be able to set up the ult by Azadale because he was able to take out a healer, and I think he was able to take out the tank in time too.
Either way, the DPS were not in a position to survive that D.Va bomb, and just perfectly executed by Azadale. Looking like a very similar defensive approach here from Marietta. And Burrito switching over to the Reaper seems to be the only change so far for the side of Penn College. These mid-game adjustments are very important. Let's see how well this Reaper works out for them. However, this is going to let Poseidon essentially have free reign, as the Sombra doesn't impact him as much as it would if he was on Widow or Ashe. You can still get a lot of value out of Hanzo. Marietta setting up around the statue, going to be waiting for the Wildcats to come to them. Penn College waiting. Azadale spy checking still. Coming through the hotel is going to be Penn College. Immediately, Poseidon's going to be hacked. However, Marietta is going to be able to push them back even farther. Poseidon's going to take out K-Brew, and that's not what you want to see if you're a fan of Penn College. Questionably does fall, however, so an even trade of tanks for both teams. Poseidon is still getting hacked. He has been the target of all of these hacks, as he's the biggest immediate threat that Marietta has. Hacks still coming out. Poseidon trying to deal with the Sombra before she can get away. Still chasing down. However, Azura does fall. Azadale out of mech. This is looking like it could be a very quick cap for Penn College. Azadale back in his mech. See if he can stall out for a bit more time, as that's really all he can do right now. Build up his ultimate. He's still in his mech with 98% on his ultimate. He's going to be very happy that he was able to build up that D.Va bomb, as it has been very lethal against Penn College. Marietta has a very good ult economy here, coming up on all 5 of their ultimates. However, Penn College is also coming up on theirs. It's going to be a very interesting fight on this corner. Could determine a lot of momentum for the remainder of this round.
Actually surprised how long it took for Penn College to take the point there. They seemed like they had it a while back, but that bar was just going up very slowly, and that might give Marietta an advantage to be able to try to hold out a little bit longer.
Marietta forcing them back with the Dragons, is able to pick off their Moira, and that is a very big pick off. The EMP does come out, only hitting one. Very questionable decision there, as Marietta is still wrapping up the rest of Penn College. Very surprised to see the EMP come out there, and especially to only connect on one. Azadale is able to finish him off along with Poseidon. and Marietta is going to be coming into this defense with a very good ult bank, as they only used one ultimate and it's already 67% to being back online. Marietta, both teams have a very good ult economy here. However, the EMP not being online and being wasted at the end of that last fight is very big for Marietta. An early coalescence does come out from Abstract View, countered by the Dragons. The Dragon used first as the first ultimate in both of the last 2 fights. However, it's looking like Marietta is going to have to fall back here. They did use the beat, however, there was more ultimates committed by Penn College there. 3 ultimates compared to the 2 that Marietta committed. Penn College looking to push Marietta back as far as possible.
Still, it's a good goal.
Azura somehow able to get a pick off onto the Sombra at the very end of that fight. However, it's not likely to have an impact really for either side. The Diva Bomb coming in. Marietta wants to push up, gets caught on the wall there. Unfortunate positioning there, just unlucky. Marietta still gonna push the tempo here. The Coalescence coming out. The shatter is gigantic from Questionably. If you had any doubts that this man was an amazing Reinhardt, his shatters throughout this series and throughout the season have been absolutely massive. Able to single-handedly win that fight after the blown Diva Bomb from Azadale. Poseidon's still looking for that pick onto the Sombra, and they are able to stagger her at the very end. The Sombra is putting herself into very interesting positions and is finding herself getting caught out when she takes those positions. Poseidon doing a bit of scouting here with his Sonic Arrow. An insane pick and headshot there. Able to stagger Penn College even more than they already were. If the Penn College is going to put themselves in those positions for Poseidon to just pop off like that, it's going to be a very bad day for Penn College. The Reaper looking to see if he can get something set up. A very interesting position here for Azadale. Is unable, he's trying to hide from the EMP so we could eat the grav, but the grav came out too quickly after the EMP. Marietta looking to fall back a bit here. Dragons do come out, is able to take down Cold Flame, I mean. Hades does fall immediately afterwards, but coming into this last point, Marietta has put themselves in a good position to hold. Poseidon falling at the end is not going to be very important ultimately. Questionably is taken out, however, that might be important. Poseidon is going to be switching over to the Sombra to counter, so mirror matches coming out on the DPS and the heals right now for both teams. The only difference is in the Zarya and the Diva. Hades setting himself up for a big ultimate is taken out before he could get it off, which is more beneficial than had he gotten it off. Azadale coming up on another one of his ultimates. Let's see if this one doesn't get snagged. Questionably pushing up, is able to get the hammer down as he's getting hacked, puts everybody on their backs, and Azadale follows it up with a 2K bomb. Big shatter yet again from Questionably, able to give Marietta the momentum coming into the last 2 minutes of this round. Yeah, they can set up much better time bank as Penn College would have to finish within a minute or so to match the time bank of Marietta,
right.
And it's looking less likely that that's going to happen.
Yeah, but the problem is we see that Penn College has almost all their ults up. 4 online, number 5 is going to be up, and it's not going to be long to the beats ready. So they might throw everything into a fight to try to secure the point.
Questionably nearly has another ultimate, is taken down though. The grab comes out, the beat comes out in response. Hades drops his ultimate, is able to take down 1. Not much value coming out from that first ultimate. The charge is going to be able to get 2. Azadale trying to build up that ultimate to combo with the Reinhardt shatter. Marietta having to fall back a bit. Minute 20 left. Marietta is still in a good position here. 2 ults were used there, or maybe 3 by Penn College. Marietta just trying to stall out a bit so that their Reinhardt can come back. The EMP comes out from Poseidon, hits all 6 of the members of Penn College. Not much follow-up is looking like. The EMP comes out, another Reaper ultimate. Marietta needs to touch a big pin to cancel Questionably's ult. Azadel dropping the bomb is able to get one. If Marietta is able to bring out some stall characters here, as you can see Hades switching over to the Doomfist, Questionably over to the Monkey, and more stall characters are being brought out. They have brought the time bank to under Marietta's, so when this round is over, Marietta will have more time to have their second attack. Azadel is immediately hacked up, and with 19 seconds, Marietta has a 19-second advantage coming into this overtime round.
Score 3-3.
Now, because of the way that overtime works in Overwatch, it is very easy. It's very possible for both of these teams to fully cap again. After overtime is often seen as an advantage when attacking. If you have a minute remaining and you're able to cap first point, as overtime goes longer, respawns take even longer to come back. And if you're able to pick off a defender very early on into the fight, that can turn into full point capture as the time goes on. Marietta looking to be running the same composition. It's looking like another mirror match other than the D.Va versus Zarya. Running the D.Va to try and eat those ultimates. Azadel has been very good about eating ultimates so far this season, unfortunately unable to get one so far. Burrito is going to be going over to the Widowmaker to see if he can get an early pickoff to swing the fight in Penn's momentum. Probably going to be switching back. Doesn't even take the shot before switching back, obviously, as the round has not started. Marietta in a very defensive position here. Gonna wait for Penn College to come to them. Waiting around hotel. Questionably finally stepping out. Probably gonna send in a fire strike and head back. Marietta gonna be holding around this hotel yet again. Marietta needs to get. It looks like the same strategy is be coming out. Marietta's expecting it more this time. Immediately questionably rotates around. Is hacked up, however. Is likely gonna fall. Poseidon is able to take out the other Rhine, so even trade for both sides, but because of the spawn advantage, it's a better trade for Penn College. Azadel looking for some picks here to try and balance out. Already 60% to his bomb. Poseidon is taken out, but takes Burrito out with him. Looking like this fight is likely to go in the way of Penn College. Questionably on his way back, 70% to that ultimate, is not going to be able to get it off. Marietta going to have to look to position themselves well for the second point hold. Poseidon pretty even with the EMP charge. It's going to be important to see who comes out on top here first. Overall, the ultimates are looking somewhat in the favor of Penn College. So Marietta is going to have to do a good job of adapting and getting value without ultimates. Early ultimate comes out, and Burrito is able to take out Poseidon. As Shatter comes out, Azadel throws in the bomb afterwards. This could be a big bomb. Unfortunately, hits nobody, but the Reinhardt has been taken down. Marietta able to take off another one. They are up 2 in this fight. They have the beat. They are able to force them entirely off the point, and they aren't able to touch again. Marietta forces them back so far. The EMP was ready. The grab was ready. There were so many ultimates in favor of Penn College, but Marietta is just able to push them back so far that they aren't able to get any of them off.
That's a huge advantage for them, so they just have to take the first point and then move just a little bit. I mean, this is the point. If they get the payload over here, they will take map 3.
Yeah, Marietta in a good position. However, they are going to have to take first point, and that can be very difficult. However, based on their first attack and based on the attacks from Penn College, doesn't seem like either team is able to hold for first point very well. So potential win here for Marietta. They just have to get that first point capture. Marietta looking to come out with the same composition. Both teams have found the composition that they think is going to give them the best chance of winning here. With the Sombra, Reaper, Lucio, Moira, and Reinhardt, with the only adjustments being Zarya versus D.Va. And I think if the D.Va can be played very well here, it should be in Marietta's favor, especially if he's able to eat a grab. That would be enough value to justify the pick, even if there's no other value gained. Coming out here early, Marietta speed boosting out, looking to get 15% of that shatter off of that one fire strike. Marietta very aggressive yet again, putting a lot into that speed boost. Marietta pulling out everything here. Already have one tick, and they are able to take out the Reinhardt. This could very well be a first point capture for Marietta. Questionably is taken out, but Burrito is traded out. The Reapers both getting picks. The Coalescence is going to come out. That could be enough to stabilize for just a little bit, but they're going to have to find some sort of pick off the back of that. Azadil already 80% to his ultimate. That is a big ultimate difference. 91, and Marietta is just going to be able to wrap up the rest of this, forcing Penn College back quite a bit. If they can kill this Reinhardt, that would be big, and they do. That puts Marietta in a very big position here. They're able to push up even further and force the advantage here. Penn College does not have much room to work with.
Now here's the thing though, the clock's at 10 seconds. They got to make sure they keep someone on the payload right now. And Sombra's going to try to go in the back line and take everyone out.
It's unable to do so. 3 seconds left until overtime. Marietta just needs to stick these two people on the cart for the rest of the round. Defending. This looks like they're going to put on 3 now. Big ultimate advantage here, however, for Marietta. If they are able to give a big diva bomb, the EMP hits all 6, but Burrito immediately falls, so it might not be much follow-up. Poseidon falls. The Rhine and Diva coming out with value. Hades with a 3K potentially to finish off this map if they're able to finish it up, and Hades with the big Death Blossom able to secure that map. That EMP was absolutely massive, hitting all 6 of Marietta's members as they had to be around the cart. However, it was not enough for Penn College to follow up on. Stealing the play of the game from his own teammate there, kind of a bit rude. The big EMP followed up by the grab. Potentially should have been Burrito's play of the game, but it was stolen by his teammate.
It's kind of ironic. The highlight, he stole it and then stole it from the actual game itself.
Yeah, a very, very good round there from Marietta. Was able to dominantly take first point both attacks and was able to build off of that momentum.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard fought. We're just seeing it's just going back and forth both sides. This is the kind of game you want to see. This is what Overwatch is all about.
Yeah, Marietta, though, has been able to clutch it out in the end of these fights, and I think that's going to be very important going into this next map. It's going to be Attack, which is also known as 2CP. Marietta going to have to go on to whatever map Penn College picks, as they have won the last 2, so they don't have map choice.
Right. It looks like they're going to go with Volskaya. I'm pretty sure that's what Vol stands for.
Yep, that's likely going to be what the pick is coming into this. Just waiting on the map to switch and confirmation for both sides that they're ready.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Marietta took just a small breather, because I mean we're at match point. So if Marietta takes this, they will take the series. But we got to make sure. I heard some cheering going on when they won that last game, so they're definitely pumped. But we got to make sure everyone's simmered down and focused, ready to go. Because we have seen what happens in previous matches where they get overhyped and really trying to go for the win, and then they start making mistakes. So we don't want to see that happen in this map.
Yep, and it's looking like it's going to be Volskaya. Marietta with a choice to attack or defend first. If I'm Marietta, I gotta pick defense first. That the mindset going into to attack after defending is massively different, and Marietta is going to pick defense. If Marietta is able to get a full hold, they're going to play this entirely differently than if they had been attacking first. So it's interesting to see the different strategies that will come out depending on the map score going into it.
Ready checks are coming out.
Looks like Penn College is not quite ready yet, so it's going to be waiting a little bit longer.
Yeah, I can hear the team right now. They are pumped. They are psyched, and that's what we want. We want them really excited in this. They know that they can take this.
Yep, looking like Penn College is ready now. Probably some last-minute adjustments to what they want to run here. Entering the match here now, it's going to be very interesting to see what Marietta is going to pull out on the defense. It could just be the exact same matchup again, as Reinhardt does have a lot of value on this map. We'll have to see. About 10 seconds, the compositions will be revealed, and it's going to be very interesting to see which each team pulls out. Marietta going to be sticking with the exact same lineup. A slightly different one here from Penn College, however, they are the attackers, so they can switch up their comp before they actually go in, but a very different DPS line coming out here, opting entirely away from the Reaper Sombra, going with the Hanzo McCree. However, everything else seems to be a mirror right now. Yeah, K-Brew opting to take the Diva battle against Azadale.
Yeah, I know that the Sombra did pose as kind of a threat last time, but she did get picked off quite often. Even though she was able to get some really good EMPs and the play of the game, I think the Wildcats recognize that maybe the Sombra is not the ideal person for this particular map. But we'll see how Poseidon does with it, because he's...
They are switching back to the Sombra, however, so the only difference is going to be in the Reaper versus the Hanzo. Hanzo's going to have more pick potential, but the longer the fight goes, the better value that Reaper provides. So it's entirely dependent on who's able to win this first fight. Marietta losing Brimstone, but is traded out for the Rhine and the Moira early on, so Marietta gonna be in a much better position. However, Poseidon does fall there at the end there. Gonna have to make his way back to point quickly. He does have the ult advantage, so if he's able to get up this EMP, Burrito is able to take down Azura, so it's not looking good for Marietta. Down 2 already, questionably makes it down 3. Azadale gets hacked up, is taken out of mech. Looking like this is gonna be a first point lost for Marietta before the teammates that died could even get back.
Just see those early picks can make a huge difference in the team fight.
And it's seeming like this Hanzo pick compared to the Reaper is paying off, as Burrito is 94% to his ultimate and was able to get off a big pick there to start the fight.
We see that they actually swapped back from McCree to the Sombra, so they did decide to bring her back. So McCree must have been used just for map 1, then it's immediately swapped to the Sombra when they knew they secured the point.
Yeah, Marietta coming out here. Poseidon slightly behind in the EMP charge. Looks like the big hack onto the Reinhardt. This might be a very quick Volskaya attack, as Volskaya is sometimes nicknamed Rollskaya due to how quickly the matches can go. Azrael trying to get something out of his bomb is able to get one. Let's see if that's enough for Marietta, as they do have the spawn advantage. Hades is able to take down another one, so this could be flipping around for Marietta before Penn College is even able to take one tick, and it's looking like Marietta is going to be able to take this back. Very good retake for Marietta, off the back of that Diva bomb especially.
And that late pick on Diva is going to be huge, because that's going to stagger Penn College's offense.
Yep, they're going to have to wait. Brimstone looking like he fat fingered that ultimate. Not what you want to see going into a big fight here. 4.5 minutes on the time bank here. They're going to have to build up that coalescence back very quickly. However, it is a very quick to charge ult. So we'll see how much that actually affects the battle. Poseidon does have his EMP ready. Coalescence is brought out by Penn College. EMP comes out hitting 3, and that could be enough to swing this battle in Marietta's favor. Unable to get off that beat is very big, not giving them the sustainability that they would have otherwise. Questionably falls, and Brimstone falls as well. Marietta going to have to get some value here out of their picks. The shatter from Questionably is going to have to be big. Azrael almost building up his own Diva Bomb. Questionably coming in. Tick has not been lost yet for Marietta. However, it's going to come out very quickly. Questionably coming in. This shatter is going to be big, knocking 3 down, but there's not going to be enough follow-up due to Marietta still coming back from spawn, just trying to stall out a little bit longer. And the TP from Reaper is not going to be there quick enough, so 3.5 minute time bank is going to be left for Penn College.
0 to 2. Switching sides.
Yeah, that was just definitely a very good performance by Penn College. And that bad finger on the Coalescence probably did make a factor in that team fight that came afterwards, because Penn College was able, even though they lost a couple, they were able to continue their push.
Yeah, Marietta is going to have to set a very good time of their own here if they want to take this map. I think ultimately the difference in the Reaper compared to the Hanzo was what determined that fight there, or that round there, as Hanzo was able to get off early pickoffs, and the longer the fight goes, the better the Reaper is, but it just was not able to extend those fights to long distances. So Marietta unfortunately falls very quickly. Looking like both teams going with very similar compositions as they did on the last attack. Cold Flame has not picked his hero yet, so that could be quite bad if the round starts without him. Cold Flame still has not picked a hero with 5 seconds left. They might have to pause here. Don't know what's going on with Cold Flame. However, they're still going to attack. Nobody has said anything in chat. Cold Flame does pick his hero, but he's going to be disadvantaged coming back from all the way from spawn. Marietta needs to push up on this. However, they don't know that is what happened. Although, as they're getting this scouting information, they might be able to realize the Lucio has come back. Hack out onto the Reinhardt. That's a very big hack here. Marietta, Poseidon falling a bit low, jumps onto onto Burrito, who quickly takes him out. Marietta was unable to take advantage of that one-man advantage they had at the beginning of the fight, partially because they had no idea that it was an advantage that they had. Burrito continued to kick off picks, has taken out 3 of Marietta's members. On the bright side, however, Marietta is coming up on some of their ultimates here. Although they are, the EMP charge difference is very big here. Nearly a 60% advantage for Penn College. Marietta was able to get a tick, however. I did not notice that. Marietta does have a tick. They're able to get off a big shatter here. Questionably does have the advantage there. Brimstone takes down 1, Azadel is taken out, and so is questionably. Marietta gonna have to fall back a bit here, unable to capitalize off of the early pickoff from Brimstone.
Yeah, it was just a huge EMP there by the Sombra, and it was allowed Penn College to just pick off Marietta one by one and push them back.
Marietta still somewhat staying engaged here, prepared for when their tanks come back. Poseidon almost has an EMP of his own. They were able to create some space in the absence of their tanks. The EMP and the bomb could be used in combo here, however, it has not been used so far this match. The Reaper comes out, is able to take down the Reinhardt before the beat is dropped. The Diva comes out of her mech, and Marietta is quickly picking off the remaining members of Penn College, even though they did lose Poseidon to the Diva Bomb there. The Shatter and the EMP were very well used there. Marietta is going to have 3 ultimates coming into this fight. Already pushing up quite a bit to try and create space on the point. Hades does fall, however, and that's probably going to be the signal that they should back off a bit, but Marietta is still pushing forward, trying to set a faster time, investing ultimates into this. The hack comes out, the Shatter should come out soon, and it does. That is going to be 2 ultimates used from Penn College. Marietta, however, using 2 of their own, not getting nearly as much value. Both support ultimates are gone. Questionable beat drop there, as Marietta had already lost the fight. Marietta fighting is going to have to take this fight dry unless they can get a big Diva Bomb. However, I don't think it's worth the risk, as that is their only ultimate anywhere near online, and there are 2 ultimates on the side of Penn College. Marietta going to have to either get some pickoffs or just take this fight to build ultimates. However, that would also advantage Penn College. Looks like Marietta going to be waiting a bit around the corners. Azadale does send out the bomb, is able to find 2. That is absolutely massive. The EMP comes out, and so does the Dragons. Poseidon falls, but Marietta seems to be taking advantage of that 2-man advantage. They are able to take down one more. Taking down this Hanzo would be absolutely big.
And they got him.
Azadale manages to do it. 3.5 minutes left on the clock. Both teams here could set very fast times. As Marietta is coming up onto some of their own ultimates to try and take down the counter resistance coming in from Penn College. They have gotten a tick and have a massive man advantage. It's going to take some heroics from the DPS of Penn College. However, one has already fallen, and if this Doomfist doesn't get some value out of his abilities, which he does not, this is not looking good for Penn College. A very big advantage. Oh, the massive shatter comes out. Brimstone is going to be taken out, but the Reinhardt takes himself off the map as well. Ultimately, a good trade in theory, but with how little time Marietta needs to cap, it's not going to end up being a good trade-off. 46 seconds is the difference in the time banks, and I think Marietta is going to be very happy with that, especially after their first point attack took much longer. Marietta did not see Hades falling as a sign to push back. In fact, they pushed up and were able to finish off that team fight with quite a big. They started off that team fight with a huge Diva Bomb from Azadale, who's been absolutely on point with those. Hypothetically, Penn should have had enough time to react and move out of the way and not lose anybody to that fight, to that bomb, but they ended up losing 2, and that was enough for Marietta to push the go button.
Yeah, they were very fortunate. I think part of it was that Marietta was trying to go for the win. They were trying to get hyper aggressive and just trying to force that play to happen. And we've seen that happen multiple times throughout this series, where Marietta wants to go for the win, but they just kind of fall short, and it stalls them a little bit. Fortunately, that time they were able to bounce back and take the round. But Marietta has to be able to understand when they're winning and when they're losing, and try not to force plays if it's an unwinnable fight.
Yep, Marietta going to be attacking first as they have the smaller time bank. Marietta is going to have to come out here with a much better first point attack than they did last time, as the only reason Marietta has a smaller time bank is because their first point attack took just a little bit longer. Marietta coming out, spotting where everybody is. Poseidon trying to get in position to get some recon. Brimstone immediately falling. However, that's not a great start for Marietta. Azadale going to be falling back. Hack onto the Reaper isn't going to be able to do that much. Questionably falls as well. Azadale out of mech. That's going to be a quick reset for Marietta. Marietta's going to have to see if they can get this Diva back in the mech, or she might get staggered here. But it looks like they're going to be backing off, and Diva's going to be able to get her mech back.
All systems checked out.
Marietta lost a minute on that push. If they want to win this map and win this series, they're going to have to get at least a tick. Give themselves at least some sort of win condition here. Spotted out the Sombra. She's likely just going to TP away when she gets low, and she does. Azadale pushing forward into the enemy Diva, low on health, but is able to fall back into his team. Marietta getting very aggressive here with their push. Burrito is going to fall first, and that's an absolutely massive pick for Marietta. The Coalescence comes out. That could be enough. The EMP also comes out. Questionably is going to fall in exchange. Marietta is their big hacks coming out from Poseidon. The Diva Bomb is going to come out from Cabru. Not going to be enough to, not going to be able to take anybody down. The big plays from Hades here, able to take out the Reinhardt. The beats coming out from both sides. Marietta looking to capitalize on this with a Moira very low. The Sombra as well. Lots of people on the side of on Marietta's opponents are going to be very low. The Dragons come out. That could be enough to stall for just a little bit. Marietta has the ultimates to finish off this fight. Questionably trying to take out the Moira while she's ulting. Poseidon's going to fall to Barrio at the very last second. The hammer does come down. Marietta has their ticks, so they are able to win this even if they do not cap this point. Someone's got a touch for Marietta. They're getting the picks going their way. Marietta likely going to be able to take this first point as as Penn College continues to stall, but it's going to be in vain. Marietta coming into this next fight with 2 big ultimates. If Hades is able to get up another ultimate, that could be game over, or point over for Penn College. Marietta has set themselves up well by taking that first point.
Now they're going to have to move. They do have 2 ults ready to go.
Yep, the EMP is what they're going to set up with. Gets all 6 members of Penn. Marietta pushing in off of that aggression. The EMP is also out from Penn College, finds 4. Azadel able to not get caught in that, sends out the Diva Bomb, able to take out the opposing Diva. And Marietta might just be able to capture second point. Picks going their way. Very few remaining for Penn College. Marietta is probably going to get at least a tick onto this point, potentially more. As Marietta does take down the Reinhardt, Diva comes out with the bomb that might be enough to zone Marietta off, but it doesn't find anybody. The Diva is very low. The hammer comes out. Beat is almost ready. Dragons come out just to try and zone Marietta off. Is able to find questionably. The Beat does come out, however. Marietta putting themselves in good position. The big Death Blossom comes out, taking out Cold Flame right before he gets the Beat. That could be a big pickoff for Marietta, as they are barely off of that second tip. They are able to get it. Marietta is setting themselves up very well. The second Diva Bomb of the fight for Azadel is able to get the other Diva out of mech, and Marietta barely off. The EMP is going to be able to cancel all of the shields provided by the Beat Drop, and Marietta is going to be able to take both points in just 2 minutes. A very good, very aggressive attack there from Marietta, able to get both points in just 2 minutes is not an easy feat. And Marietta, they're just going to have to keep Penn College from doing the exact same in 2 minutes 46.
Yeah.
All the momentum here is on Marietta's side. Capturing first point was big enough to swing momentum in their direction, but being able to capture second as well is absolutely massive for Marietta. They're going to have to come out here and continue that momentum and hold Penn College before they can get both points.
Despite all the chaos that was going on during that last fight, Marietta kept their calm. They kept everything collective, and they were able to stay focused and be able to get targets out one by one. And it did help a little bit that Penn College had to stagger quite a bit just to keep contesting the points, so Marietta was able to pick off one by one and eventually be able to get some great ults and take the round.
The EMP by Poseidon at the end was absolutely massive. Had he not gotten that off, Penn College would have had a lot of shields to potentially stall out that point for a bit longer, but because Poseidon was able to get the EMP off and prevent anybody else from getting to point before the Sombra and the Lucio were taken out, Marietta was able to secure that last point.
I would say even the EMP at the beginning of that fight was enough to push them off and allow them to even engage.
Yeah, big EMPs coming out from Poseidon. The big 6-man followed up with the big beat canceling one. Marietta looking to close us out right here. Marietta pushing up, getting aggressive here. Questionably 40% to his ults. It looks like the Reinhardt, where Penn College is very low, is able to get away and get healed. Still not quite at full health. If they can get this Sombra, if Azadel is able to chase down Sombra, this could be a big pick, and it's going to go through. Marietta has brought Penn's time bank back down to where theirs was when they started, especially with the stagger here. Marietta is in a very good position here. Brimstone coming up in his ult, as well as Abstract, both getting their ults at the same time. The big difference here is that Azadel is so much farther ahead of K-Brew, and especially with the mech going down, he's going to have a free Diva Bomb here, essentially, especially if questionably can get off a giant shatter here. That was a lot of Elise in that sentence. He's gonna drop the bomb to remech. Marietta is up 1 in this fight, only losing their Reinhardt. Poseidon able to win the duel. However, it looks like Penn is still fighting this fight, trying to flip the advantage. However, they are taken out. Marietta in a very good position here with the EMP, Beat, and Shatter, as well as the Death Blossom online here, compared to the similar ults coming out from Penn College with the Bomb, Beat, Coalescence and potentially Death Blossom. It's going to come down to this Shatter being able to set up the Death Blossom. The EMP comes out as well, followed up by the Shatter. It's going to be enough to stop this team fight. Potentially, Burrito drops his ult. Ults coming out from everybody on this team fight. All of the ults came out from Penn College just to secure this first point. And that's going to be exactly what Marietta wants to see. Azadel already 2/3 to his bomb. Marietta has the ult advantage coming into this second point, which is what Marietta was able to use last time on their attack to get this second point. Without the ultimate advantage here, it's gonna be very hard for Penn College to find a pick. They don't have the Hanzo to try and get an early pick off to swing the fight. With 40 seconds remaining, this is gonna come down to the individual play here from Penn College, but it's going to come down to the ultimates for Marietta. And if Marietta is able to get a hack off or is able to get somebody out of position, Poseidon is going to fall down first. However, the Death Blossom comes out, pushes Penn College back, all of their members low. The Burrito is able to take out Hades. The EMP comes out. However, there's not going to be much follow-up on it. Azadel sends in the Diva Bomb, is able to find one, and yet again, Azadel is saving the day with these Diva Bombs. Been absolutely massive throughout the series. However, with 2 seconds left, Penn College does have control of the point. Poseidon does take down Burrito as Marietta tries to retake this point. They're in a very good position to do so. The Shatter comes out, that could be big. K-Brew in his mech with Diva Bomb is also big. Marietta gonna have to clear the point as they are losing members. This very well could go to a third round or a third set of attacks for each team. Questionably doesn't want that to happen though. He's swinging around, dropped the Shatter, not able to find much off the back of it. Marietta gonna have to. The team kill bell sounds, and Marietta is not in a good position to retake this point. They had the ultimate advantage going to that fight, but Poseidon getting hacked was absolutely massive. A very big play from I22 B3 to open up that first fight.
4-4. Switching sides.
It doesn't get any closer than this.
Initiating match.
Yep, no matter what the scoreline is here, it's not going to tell the true story of this match. Marietta and Penn College closely fighting out each of these maps. Any of these maps could have gone a different way, very easily. Marietta going to be, I believe, attacking first here to try and replicate what they did in 2 minutes, but they only have 1 minute now. It's going to have to be a lot cleaner from Marietta.
Looks like we're going to see same compositions before. It's actually a mirror match for both sides.
Attackers.
Yep, both teams opting into the exact same composition has been working well for both of them throughout the day. I think the Diva switch off of the Zarya to mirror the Diva from Azadel has paid off for Penn College. Not necessarily in the individual performances from each. Azadel has still gotten massive bombs off each time, but just the hero pick works better into these compositions.
Defend objective A.
Both teams coming out here. Azadel gonna try and get an early pick off here to see if he can end this fight himself. Both teams gonna have to rely heavily on individual performances here. Cold Flame does take out questionably early on, and that's gonna be a quick reset for Marietta.
They don't have time to reset though.
Marietta really needed that team fight to go their way, as half their time bank is now gone. Every fight matters so much more in this shortened time. However, Marietta is coming up on a lot of their ults very quickly. Azadel already 50% to his ult compared to the 40% from K-Brew. Poseidon very far behind on this EMP though. That could be the determining ult for this fight. Questionably getting all up in Penn College's face. Has to retreat out and is not able to do so in time. This might not be enough time for Marietta to cap. Diva trying to get something out is going to be hacked and is likely going to be taken out of mech. Marietta not able to get anything out of this attack. However, with 1 minute remaining for each side, it's not likely that either team could take a point here. The ultimate's being dropped in celebration for Penn College is round 5 comes to an end with a 4-4 scoreline. Exactly what Penn College wanted.
Yeah, all they need is one tick, and then they'll take this game, and then we'll go to game 5. Marietta's best chance right now is just a draw.
Initiating match.
Yeah, if Marietta is able to take this to a draw, this could go to a map 6. In which case, my voice will be definitely gone tomorrow. Marietta is going to have to get this draw out here. If not, they're going to have to win on Control, which is the map type that they lost their only map on so far. However, depending on which map it goes, Marietta could be in a better position. I believe if Penn College is going to take this map, I think Marietta is probably going to go over to Busan, their comfort pick for Control.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Now, the rules does say if a map results in a tie, the team that did not choose that map gets to select the next map for the appropriate map pool for the next game in the match.
So Marietta, no matter what, picks.
Right. I'm gonna make sure that the team knows that real quickly.
Yep.
5, 4,
Both teams coming out with the exact same comps, another mirror match. It's all going to come down to the individual plays here. There's not really enough time to build up ultimates during these fights. Azadel able to spy check the Sombra out of her cloak is going to be a slight annoyance. Marietta setting up Azadel on the high ground, everybody else on the low ground to support. Azadel looking to get some big picks here. He's building up his ult very quickly, 10% ahead of his counterpart. If they can get this diva out of mech here, for opening fight, Azadel falls, questionably does as well. Not looking very good for Marietta. It's going to come down to some heroics here if they are able to take this out. Looking like Marietta is going to lose this, however, going to go to a map 5, no map 6s. This next map is going to determine everything. Likely going to be Busan, if I had to guess. But it's going to come down to what Marietta feels is best. Abstract View very surprised that they were able to, or very relieved that this map is now over after going a whole 6 rounds.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most intense Overwatch games I have seen. But to be fair, I haven't seen a whole lot, but still very intense. So with that, Penn College will take the round. As I mentioned, so it's 2-2. So next map, winner take all. And since it is a control map, there will be no ties. So next map will decide the victor of this match. Oh my.
Yeah, Marietta College is going to have to bounce back. Penn College has taken the going to be tying this series up at 2 apiece, going onto a map type that they had lost the first time around. Marietta is going to have to come out with something different here. Cold Flame and Abstract fighting over Poseidon's Love. Very, very interesting chats going on.
Of course. I don't know, Abstract there with the 4 hearts. I mean,
kind of hard for looking like Merida's going to go to Nepal. Very interesting map pick. The composition that both teams have been running so far works very well in Nepal. Very close quarters map. Could be seeing some Symmetra and May, however, as those are very popular picks on this map type, especially on Village.
looks like Marietta is ready to go.
Marietta is ready, and so is Penn College. We're going to be going to the final map of this series. Marietta going to have to pull something off here in order to win. It's been a very close match all game.
Yep, it comes down to this. It's been back and forth, one after the other. And even when a team wins, like in all these games, except probably for the first game, with the exception of the first one, every single game has been hard fought. It has been a game of inches.
Yep. Although that first map type was Control, which is what we're going on to, Marietta going to have to win on the map type that they have lost on.
Match.
It's looking like it's going to be Sanctum, I believe. That is going to be the first map type. Very boop heavy map. The Lucios that we've been seeing so far should continue.
And we should expect Azadel on the Diva as well. She can also do a little bit of booping.
Yep, it's all gonna. I think the biggest, especially on Control. Control is such a massively different map type than all the other ones that this is gonna be the most varied team comps that we're gonna have.
Yeah, do you need a drink real quick? I want to make sure you have a voice tomorrow.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Azadel coming out with the looking like is going to be locking in the monkey. Hades is going to be running the Reaper as a counter to the
Round one.
to
Capture the objective.
the tank line of Penn College.
Actually surprised that Azadel's going to go with the monkey time. It really wants that extra mobility.
Azadel has been playing a lot of monkey recently, from what I understand. Looking like the DPS line and the tank line are going to be the big differences here. However, it's an entirely different composition for both teams, however. Marietta going with a more brawl-heavy team comp, while the Penn College is going for a pick-heavy team comp. The Hog and the Hanzo are both put in that lineup to try and get pick-offs in the early stages of the fight. Azadel might have to switch due to the Hog being such an effective counter to the monkey. Poseidon rocking the new comic book skin for Tracer. Azadel does fall first. Potentially going to see a switch from him. Burrito taking out Poseidon as well, and Hades falls as well. Azadel coming out on the Wrecking Ball, a much more boop-heavy compositional switch. Has the same effects generally as the monkey. Will be played in a similar way. However, the effects of having the Wrecking Ball, especially on this map, are so much greater. The underground area near on the left side of the point is a very big boop area. I myself, who does not play ball, have gotten quite a few boops in that area. So Poseidon does fall early. Burrito taking down Hades as well. Marietta gonna have to come out of this team fight. Questionably has also switched over to the Hog. Azadel is gonna fall here at the end. However, that doesn't really matter too much in terms of team fight. Hades is gonna be switching over to the Echo here. Poseidon also going over to the Hanzo. This is a very late switch for Marietta. Not gonna have very many ults.
Yeah.
4 compared to the, and Azura is also gonna be switching over. She was the closest to her ultimate outside of the Moira.
Yeah, I'm just surprised at how spread out Marietta is. Considering they're going up against a pick-heavy comp, you would think that they should be more grouped up.
Questionably trying to get in some value with the Hog. The ult comes out. Azadel falls again, but however, it is traded out for the Zarya. The Hanzo falls as well. Questionably might be going off the map here, and he is. The res comes out. Not looking that good for Marietta, as it does reach 99%, and Poseidon has fallen. Not able to get the hook, the grappling hook, to secure for Azadel. Gonna have to loop around if he wants to go for that boop again. However, he does not have the time to. Is able to boop 2 off, however, it seems. Although he turned out to get none. That looked like 2 boops to me. Looking like Control is just the map type that Penn College is very good at. However, that is a very boop-heavy map, and Marietta kind of made some last-second adjustments to that to their composition.
Yeah, so because of that, those changes, they didn't really have the ults ready, so it was just, yeah, it just comes down to not having the right comp. So hopefully Marietta can pick something here that they're more comfortable with and not have to force swaps on their champions.
Yeah, Marietta sticking with a similar comp as last time, it looks like. Very different setups for Shrine. Marietta coming out with the Hanzo and the Tracer from Hades. We have not seen much of that. Marietta going quickly, trying to get quickly onto the point.
Activating the barrier.
Pulling out the Sombra again is I22 B3. Marietta quickly taking point presence over Penn College. Hooks comes out, but questionably is able to get the better of the hog duel. He's also able to take down the Zenyatta, and Marietta very quickly taking control of this first point.
They were also able to take out the Mercy before she got her res off, so that's a huge play by the Pioneers.
Yep, Marietta coming into this fight with a much better, should be coming into this with a much better ult economy.
Hello.
As they were able to take down much of Penn College there and secure that fight win. Poseidon looking for some early pickoffs with the Hanzo. Questionably, Brimstone has his ultimate. That's a big advantage. Poseidon taking down Cold Flame is also very big. The res will come through. However, Marietta does have ultimates, popping the Coalescence right there. Questionably is able to win the Hog battle again. Poseidon also able to win the Hanzo battle. Marietta's just going to take control of this second team fight. Hades coming back, but the fight has already been won.
Nice pick
Big
there.
rock there from Azadale. He's coming up on his ultimate. However, there are 4, almost 5 ultimates. Brimstone falling off the map there. Not sure what that's about. Might be trying to switch. Cold Flame is switching as well over to the Lucio. So no coalescent or no transcendence here. Brimstone is going to be switching over to the Mercy to mirror that. The big ult comes out from Azadale, but is countered by the EMP as he is hacked out of it. Questionably falling very low. Marietta is likely going to be losing this team fight. The stick comes out late onto Burrito, but it's ultimately not going to matter as the res is up. Marietta coming into this next fight with only 2 ultimates. However, that is the amount that their opponents have as well.
They can take that point one more time. They should be able to secure the round.
Yep, Marietta would be forcing us into a round 3 if that were to happen. Going around all the way on the left side. This whole hog and Transcendence should be big for our Marietta. Whole hog coming out early, breaks the Rhine shield. The Grav Dragons come out though. Transcendence is able to save all but Hades. He does fall. Marietta taking a second to regroup as they get the res off. The Reinhardt is low, but Poseidon does fall first, followed by Hades. That's a big pick onto the healer though. If Marietta is able to follow up with some damage, they could be able to still secure this fight.
Problem is, I think both of their damage dealers died, so it's just tanks and
Both
healers.
of their damage dealers are dead. However, the ult comes out from Brimstone, unable to save his teammates. However, they do take on the Rhine. He's able to get off this sneaky res onto Questionably, and then takes down the Zarya. Might not be enough. Marietta not looking good in this fight right now. This is also a potential last fight scenario for Penn College. Questionably does fall, and that's going to be a big stagger for Marietta. Both teams in last fight territory. Azadale with the... There's a lot of ults, though, on Marietta's side. They are coming up on another Transcendence, another Whole Hog, another Dragons, Flux.
They got to get them to the point. It's only 3% left.
Yep, Marietta gonna have to touch here. They are able to. The Mercy is falling very low, but is unable to get picked off afterwards. The Sombra does fall, however. Followed up by the Transcendence. Lots of ults coming out from both sides here. The res does come out, reviving Hades. The Grav comes out, but questionably is the Dragon's taking down 3, though. That might just be it for Marietta. And as the team fight winds down, Marietta is going to fall at the very end here.
Victory. Play of the game.
Very close match there.
Oh yeah.
The only maps that weren't close were the control maps. Marietta just was not able to get a single point off on either of those.
It just shows that's something to work on. But yeah, a very hard fought match. And I mean, you have to consider, even though it's a loss, and I know they're going to be hurting because that's a very heartbreaking loss for the Pioneers. But I mean, overall, they played phenomenally. I mean, it was just back and forth. I mean, these are the kind of games that you hope to play. But yeah, it just seemed like the Achilles heel were the control maps.
Yeah, Marietta, had they been able to take a control map, would have been able to win that.
All right, so that'll be it for us today. Do want to thank Drayton for commentating, and save your voice now. Yeah, go get some water, get some rest. But yeah, that'll be it for us today. Thank you again for watching. We have plenty more matches for you. So remember that tomorrow our Rainbow Six team will be going up against Ohio State University at 8:30. Saturday will be our League of Legends match against Tiffin University at 1 p.m. And then on Sunday, our Overwatch team will be back going up against a very good Lord's University. And then on Monday, our Rocket League team will be going up against Lords at 4 o'clock, followed by our Overwatch team again, where they'll be playing against Wider University. So that'll be it for us today. Thank you again. Thank you for all the follows. Your support is greatly appreciated. For all the latest updates with what's going on with Marietta College Esports, please be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just go to Marietta Esports for all of them, and you can check out all the updates and announcements. So thank you again, and I hope you have a great evening.